everybody, Beep here. I hope this video finds y'all well. I wanted to make some videos now that it's winter on the how-tos of metal detecting, right? Like, I'm out in the field. As you guys know, I hunt a lot of curb strips and places, and I'm often stopped, and I get people that ask me, hey, where do you buy one of those? How do you know where to go? And what kind do you buy? How do I know which one to buy? And things like that. So in this video, I wanted to address it. 5 key points for a beginner or somebody who's just wanting to get into metal detecting. The first thing that I would say to you is know what you're looking for. Know what your arena is, right? You may be somebody who lives in the mountains and wants to hunt for gold nuggets. So you would probably buy a little different machine than somebody who lives in a city and wants to hunt for coins. Okay? So know what your arena is. That's number one. And there's also people who may want to do more than one, and that's fine too. There are plenty of all-terrain detectors out there. I have 4 or 5 here myself. But on that note, the first thing that I would say is sit down and think about what your arena is. Where do you live? What do you plan on hunting? I mean, what do you plan on being a coin hunter? Do you plan on hunting jewelry on the beach? Do you plan on looking for Civil War relics or relics in general? That's a first big question that you can ask yourself, because that determines somewhat of what kind of a detector you're going to purchase, right? And then that brings me to my next point, buying a detector. There are tons of detectors out there today. It's not like the old days when I started, when there was only a handful of companies that even manufactured detectors, machines for that matter. So today there are, an unlimited amount of detectors out there. So what I would say to somebody who's looking at buying a detector is, number one, as I said, know what you're looking for, because that will help determine what detector you're going to buy. And then when you do look at detectors, find a detector that suits your purpose and that suits your level of expertise. I see it very often that people go out and buy detectors that are too much detector for them, and they get out in the field and it drives them insane, and they go put it in the closet and they don't use it no more because it was not a good experience, right? You're out there and the thing's going crazy and you don't know what it's telling you, and you don't know how to turn it off, make it run right, and it's just very frustrating. So don't buy too much detector. But don't buy too little detector either. If you buy too little of a detector, I often see that people start out with it, and within a month they've got the hang of it, and now they wish that they could do other things like ground balance and disc things out, and just a number of different things, have different modes and such. And today there are umpteen detectors out there that are from beginner all the way up to advanced range. So there are price ranges that go from all the way from $99 up to $2,000 and $3,000. But what I would say is look around, buy a name brand detector if you can. Fisher, Mine Lab, Technetics, there's a whole slew of them nowadays. Garrett, just goes on and on. But I have one here. There's also Nocta Macro, which make very good machines. This is a Nocta Macro Simplex, and the Simplex fits its name. It's a simple machine to use. It's an inexpensive machine, but it's a very good machine. It can do just about any and everything you want to do. Um, it will hunt. It's waterproof. It has five or four different modes. You can have park one, park two, field one, field two, jewelry one, jewelry two. So I guess there's six, whatever. And all metal mode. So there's more than that. But it is a detector that you can get for around $350, I believe, for the whole thing now. And you're not going to outgrow it right away. Okay, there's some of the less expensive, cheaper detectors you're going to outgrow very quickly. So when you're doing that, watch videos. I'm going to have some videos coming up on different detectors and how they operate. This one is not about that. It's really just about, 5 key points to help you make an educated decision. If I can help one person in our community, then this video is worth making, right? So do a little research, watch people like me and other people who have videos out that show you different detectors and how they operate, and I will put out some of those here soon also. That's number 2. And in that same one, I would say make sure that you get the accessories that you need, because it helps the whole experience. If you have a pouch to put stuff in, if you have a pinpointer, it is very frustrating when you first start out to get out there and you got a good signal and you're digging a hole and you can't find it. You keep having to run handfuls of dirt across the coil and stand back up and check the hole and go on and on. So invest in a pinpointer and it will help you to locate your targets easier and quicker and more efficiently. And that will, in turn, make the experience better. That's number 2. Number 3 is, this is a big one, guys, and a lot of people don't do it. So get yourself a test garden. If you have a yard, go out in your yard, find an area that's away from metal that you can plant things in the ground, such as a quarter, a dime, a nickel, a penny, maybe even pull tabs, some aluminum foil, bottle cap, different things, and mark where each one is. I have one, you'll see it later. I do it against my wooden fence, and I have it marked out. And practice with your detector. You're going to learn so much about your detector in the test garden, and it's going to make your detecting much more enjoyable. And not only that, you'll do a lot better at it. You'll know, hey, that's a quarter, hey, that's a dime, and those numbers mean stuff, and so I would say practice in your test garden as much as you can and get used to that detector. I recommend somebody use the same detector as much as they possibly can for 1,000 hours, whatever, before you move on, because you really don't know a detector until you've spent a lot of time with it. I don't know if you've heard the old adage, beware the man with one gun, because he's damn good with it. Same goes with detectors. Once you've used that detector for 1,000 hours, you're going to know just what that machine is telling you. And therefore, you're going to become a better detectorist for it. And that's number 3. Practice, okay? Number 4 is where to detect. I get asked all the time, well, how do I know where to go? How do I find places to go? Well, research helps. And for some of you guys who just want to hunt coins, there's plenty of parks. But make sure that you pay attention to the laws in your area. Are you allowed to detect in the parks? And not only that, but make sure that you are courteous when you're detecting, that you cover your holes and you make it so that it looks like you were never there. If you do that, you'll find that most people won't mind you hunting there. You know, these people that go out and dig holes and leave messes or throw trash down, you dig out a piece of metal, put it in your pouch, take it with you. You know, you can put it in the garbage later. It helps the whole community of us, right? So know where to detect and do research. Get on the internet here, read books. I have numerous books that I study, and studying maps and books. Like this book is an old book, but it'll help you. Treasure Hunter's Manual, Carl von Mueller. It's a great book. This guy was detecting all the way back in the 60s. And when it comes to knowing your detector, if you buy certain detectors like Mine Lab, you can buy books that will help you understand your machine. And that will go a long ways in helping you in your quest for gold and silver or whatever it may be that you're looking for, right? But anyway, that's number 5 is research, research, research. And if you don't want to research, just research parks in your area that may have been there a long time. You know, or if you're into jewelry hunting, parks are still good, but you might find soccer fields. We've found a lot of jewelry in soccer fields. You know, anywhere that people gather, they lose stuff, right? This one guy I know says if you're dropping chains, they're dropping rings, whatever. So anywhere where people congregate outside is a good spot. We go to sledding hills. We go to just all different kind of places, parks. I'm always looking for spots when I'm driving, when I'm working, when I'm out. So just to go over these 5, know what you're looking for before you buy a machine, a detector. Are you looking for relics, coins, jewelry, gold nuggets, whatever? And you may want to get an all-terrain machine, like I said. Number 2 is when you buy a detector, don't buy too much detector, don't buy too little. Try to get an intermediate detector that's easy to operate, that you're not going to become super frustrated with as soon as you get out there and put it up and forget about it. Number 3 is practicing your test garden. Test, test, test. And I'll have another video out here before long on how to make a test garden and how to use it. And number 4 is know where to go. You know, do a little research, have a plan, and it'll go a long ways in helping you be successful. Number 5 is just that. Research, research, research. Read books, watch videos. Listen to other people. There's also clubs you can get involved in. Metal detecting clubs are a great way to get started. You will meet a lot of like-minded people who go out and do it, and a lot of them will take you with them. That was one of the best things about clubs back in the old days is we all got together and took each other to different places that you wouldn't get to go without the club. So that's number 5. Just study and try to get involved in it. Get involved in a club, read some books, do some research, go on here, watch some of us on here, and you'll learn a lot. And it goes a long ways to making your detecting experience a lot better and more enjoyable. And then someday you'll come out and you'll look back and you'll go, wow, I got a whole box here full of goodies, right? So that's what you want, a whole box full of coins and silver and jewelry and such. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year to all of you. God bless and good luck out there. Beep out.